This time by race fans, we're all going to get up on our feet and we're going to wave them off as they get ready to run 100 laps of action on the high banks of Winchester. The 25 of Griffin, the 81 of Fisher. Our front row starters, wave them off this time by. It's Winchester Speedway racing action with the ARCA CRA Super Series powered by JAGS. Moments away from the start of this one. Again, a quick look at the starting field. 25 of Griffin, 81 of Fisher, 2 of Wilson, 61 of Van Dorn, and the 29 of Bowen, your top qualifier. Daniel Hemrick starting 6th in the 98. Foltz in the 54 starts 7th. 29 of Austin Therio on the outside lane starts 8th. Starting 9th, point leader Travis Braden from Wheeling, West Virginia. 10th place starter in the outside lane, the 26 of Rick Turner. The number 2 car of Kenny Tweedy starting on the inside. 49 of Colin Nicolai in the high groove. 51 of Brandon Oakley on the inside. Pace truck pulling away from our starting field. It's roaring in the 24. 23 of Van Meter. 29 of St. John. 28 of Kern. 15 of Eckhoff. 21 car of Snyder and the 08 of Griffin. Green. Turn number 4. Here comes Fisher. Here comes Griffin. We are underway. Griffin had the advantage at first, but it is Fisher leading the field off of turn number 2. Johnny Van Dorn ready to take the second spot. Van Dorn up to second, clean and green through 3, through 4 as well. Lap number 1 in the books, and leading the way is Terry Fisher Jr. Donnie Wilson to the outside of Derek Griffin. He needs to get to the high side. Hasn't been able to do so yet. Might have a chance here. No, it's Hemrick going to the outside for 4th. Hemrick has Griffin sliding up the track. Still gives him room though. Griffin on the bottom. Still top. Going to fall out of the top 5. Here comes the 29 of Therio. He does have an opening before the other 29 car of Anderson Bowen does get up in line in the number 6 spot. Single file formation till just around the end of the top 10. The 26 of Rick Turner on the inside of Jeff Foltz. Turner talked to him moments before the start of the race. His favorite racetrack, and he's won here in Super Series competition. With the 26 of Rick Turner falling in line behind Foltz. Up ahead, the 97 Series champion Kenny Tweedy running the bottom. Bowen continues to fall back, and he's in the preferred lane out in that outside group. Tommy St. John, Colin Nicolai, Eddie Van Meter, next 3 to go around them. Braden is the car to watch right now. Braden, after about 10 laps, decided it's go time already. Sees the field pulling away from him. He has passed 2 or 3 in the last 5 or 6 circuits, and he's ready to go after trouble. Therio has blown up, coming off of turn 2. I think Tweedy got into some stuff maybe, but continued on, was able to keep it off the wall. Oh, it's the rear end. Rear end on the number 29 of Austin Therio. Therio somehow doesn't crash the race car when the rear end goes. Bernard Barr on the number 29 of Austin Therio going as he exited turn 2, and somehow he did not crash the car. The Fort Kent main driver with damage underneath the rear end, and it just broke. He did not hit anything. Well, let's watch Travis Braden in the 01. He was moving up right before the caution came out, and Braden restarts in 5th. The inside lane not really the place to be. See if he can get to the outside if he needs to. It's Fisher on the inside of the leader, Van Dorn. Turn number 4, green is out, and Fisher has problems on the restart. Terry Fisher Jr. just not getting up to speed on the restart. That wasn't an inside-outside lane deal. That was just a problem getting the car up to speed in turn 4. He's fallen to 5th now as the Fisher machine drops in line. So Fisher now from the number 5 spot, right ahead of Travis Braden, who only lost 1 position on the restart. Turner's moved up into the 7th spot. Lap number 29 on the board this time for Johnny Van Dorn, the 3-time series champion, leading the way comfortably over the 98 of the 1-time JEG CRA All-Stars champion, Daniel Hemrick. Contact, trouble, turn 1 and 2, look out, Oakley up into the wall. Oakley in the 51, look out, Ali Kern, evasive move, so does the 21 car of Trent Snyder. '23 car. Field starting to pick up the pace. We're coming to green. Hemrick on the low side of the leader, Van Dorn. Off of turn number 4. Foltz a little bit of contact with Wilson. Braden looking to the bottom. The green is out. Tommy St. John back out on the track in the 29 car. St. John just pulling back out onto the track, entering turn 3. Staying on the lead lap for the time being. Foltz on the inside of Wilson. Fisher boxed in, and here comes Braden on the low lane. Braden trying to make that inside lane work, not running all that much lower than what Van Dorn is at the front of the field by himself. ARCA CRA Super Series cars flying around this Winchester Speedway, and right now for the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions, it's heating up. The Wheeling, West Virginia driver, the point leader, Travis Braden to the inside. Braden for 4th, still coming forward. Ali Kern and Brandon Oakley kind of up in front of the leaders. This is going to shake things up, down into the corner, turns 1 and 2. It's Oakley and Kern in the way. Oakley goes to the bottom, but here comes Fisher. 3 wide, makes the move work. Fisher getting through traffic. Now Van Meter's kind of caught behind him. Contact between Kern and Oakley as they race for position. Van Meter locks down the brakes to avoid contact. 2 car of Wilson on the outside. 26 of Turner there. Trying to get the 28 of Kern with 51 of Oakley to get to the bottom to let the leaders go by. Bowen in the 29 trying to stay on the lead lap. Van Dorn going to the low side will clear Bowen. Bowen still running the high side. Being told to go low for the 0-1 of Braden, but has not yet. So the 0-1 car, Braden going to the low side of Anderson Bowen. Derek Griffin, the pole sitter, has gone down a lap. 75 on the board, 25 to go, a long green flag run. Can Van Dorn hold off Braden? The lead has stabilized. It's been about that same distance for 30 laps or so. Van Dorn clear racetrack for about 2 more laps, and he's going to catch the back end of some more lead lap cars. The 08 of Jake Griffin, the 24 car of J.R. Rohrig, and the 49 of Colin Nicolai. Van Dorn leads. Braden is second. Third, the 98 of Hemrick. 4th is Foltz. 5th is Fisher. 6th spot, Van Meter. 7th is Turner. 8th is Wilson. Nicolai 9th. Rohrig 10th. 11th is Griffin. Final car on the lead lap, Jake Griffin, who's having a really good run from the back of the field today. Oh, Kern brought it off sideways in turn 2. Was able to save it. Oakley and Kern side by side in front of Van Meter and Turner. Caution flag coming out for debris on the front straightaway. On the front straightaway just before the finish line, Donnie Wilson has just run over it, and so is Jake Griffin. But debris on the front stretch bringing out our caution just before the finish line. So Braden inside, Van Dorn outside. Green will wave. Chief starter Brian Duncan will look him over. Van Dorn picking up the pace. So does Braden. Coming out of 4, back underway with 14 laps to go. Braden staying alongside Van Dorn. Down into the corner he goes. Here comes Foltz to the outside. Braden doesn't let him. Closes the door. Van Meter making a run for the top 5. Outside of Fisher. Contact between Foltz and Braden. Johnny Van Dorn pulling away from Braden after the restart. And that lead stabilized. Maybe he was just giving it all that he needed to keep that lead. Rick Turner for the 6th spot. Turner low side of Van Meter. They've been running with this series a long time, and Turner just about lost it coming off a 2. 5 car lengths separating the top 2. Now it's down to about 3 or 4 car lengths. The gap at the front of the field is tightening up a little bit. Braden is catching Van Dorn. Down to the final stages, 3 to go. Braden to within 2 car lengths. He might be within striking distance before the end of this one. 2 laps to go for Van Dorn. Braden to within a car length now. Will Braden run out of time? Car definitely closing on Van Dorn. White flag is out, 1 to go. Van Dorn with a 3 car length lead heading into turn 3. The race to 4. The outside road 2 starter, Coopersville, Michigan driver Johnny Van Dorn, the Winchester 100 winner. 2nd spot to Braden, 3rd to Foltz, 4th to Hemrick, finishing 5th is Fisher, 6th is Van Meter, 7th is Turner, 8th is Nikolai, 9th the 08 of Griffin, and 10th the 25 of Derek Griffin.